My background is quite a journey because um, I actually did most of my studies in the United States, and after my studies, I went back to Taiwan, where my family's from, and that's where I kind of developed myself as an artist. I was not good with all the other subjects in school, and the only one that I seemed to naturally and do well, or was encouraged to do, was to make art. And so in a way, I have to say that maybe art chose me, and also this idea of being in this kind of national park was interesting, because I think the national parks really says something about our relationship to nature and how we see it. Because actually a lot of national parks, even in Taiwan, they're pretty much kind of like a botanical garden. They're completely actually designed or man-made, and I think it's an interesting kind of context, I think, for to think about architecture and space and art. Mostly, I guess, my work is about art, and maybe specifically about painting and architecture. For example, in Taiwan, I was interested in the kind of traditional architecture, and the way that painting and the architecture were really together. They were not separated. The term, something that was not separate from the architecture itself. So painting was not an autonomous thing apart from the architecture or the space that it was going to be experienced. And so for me, this is a kind of a way of showing my work that I started many years ago, where in the first edition, it was a reflection about the structure that came from the art fair. It's like a booth, so that I would be able to create kind of a whole kind of structure and a space, and that my work, the painting itself, was kind of inseparable, or the line between the two was kind of being blurred. I think that maybe is and this is, for this time, this is really well, for me it's quite a kind of challenge, because it's the first time that I make a work in an outdoor situation, even becoming more evident because it's actually outside. So it's almost closer to architecture than ever before. Before, it was always in inside spaces, and more in relation to the exhibition of art. And then I think here the part about architecture becomes more kind of poignant, more clear. A temporary kind of tent that has no roof, but with only kind of walls. What's interesting about it is that it's this temporary structure that's made from fabric, and actually all my painting, all the paintings and the colors and the ornamentation that I work with comes from fabrics and textiles, in a way that I see it almost as a kind of soft architecture. Please come and breathe the fresh air in the Roko Mountain.